Dark clouds gather over the Pacific as four of the world's most powerful militaries move pieces across the sky. When strategic bombers, stealth fighters, and nuclear-capable aircraft converge in the same airspace, it is no longer just military training. It becomes a message, one sharp enough to cut through the entire Indo-Pacific. Welcome back to Shadows of Strategy. In the last 48 hours, the Pacific witnessed one of the most dramatic aerial shows of force this year. The United States and Japan flew a high-profile bomber and fighter formation across the Sea of Japan, an operation that didn't happen in a vacuum. It was a direct response to a coordinated China-Russia aerial patrol that approached the air defenses of both Japan and South Korea. And in great power politics, timing is everything. The U.S.-Japan flight included two American B-52 strategic bombers escorted by Japan's advanced F-35 and F-15 fighters. These aren't symbolic aircraft. They are long-range, nuclear-capable, precision strike platforms built for deterrence at the highest level. When B-52s move in this fashion, it is meant to be seen, analyzed, and felt by adversaries. Japan's defense ministry was unusually direct. They stated that these drills were meant to reinforce readiness and interoperability with the United States. But more importantly, they highlighted the drills as a response to the security environment surrounding Japan, a diplomatic way of referencing Chinese and Russian air actions that are becoming more frequent and far more coordinated. Just days earlier, Chinese H-6 bombers and Russian Tu-95 strategic aircraft flew a joint patrol over the East China Sea and into areas that triggered fighter scrambles from both Japan and South Korea. These aircraft are not sightseeing. They test reaction time, push defensive boundaries, and send a message that Beijing and Moscow are willing to scale up their joint operations. This isn't new, but the frequency is escalating. And what makes this moment different is that China and Russia are no longer simply conducting separate flights. They are synchronizing them, mirroring the partnership forming between the US, Japan, and Korea. Washington and Tokyo understand this dynamic very clearly. Their joint bomber operation is designed to show that any attempt to pressure Japan through air power will be met with a unified response. For Japan, now rapidly expanding its military budget and cooperation with the United States, this is part of a broader strategy to signal that it will not be intimidated. Meanwhile, South Korea is watching closely. In previous encounters, Seoul has scrambled its F-16s and F-15Ks as Chinese and Russian aircraft approached the Korea Air Defense Identification Zone. The Koreans see these flights as attempts to probe weaknesses and exploit political divisions between Seoul, Tokyo, and Washington. But today, the US and Japan are demonstrating increasing alignment, using strategic bombers as clear indicators of their shared resolve. The message is simple. The Pacific skies are no longer open for intimidation. For China, this creates a challenge. The PLA Air Force wants to expand its influence across the region, but coordinated Sino-Russian bomber patrols now trigger a coordinated Allied response. This means that any escalation risks entangling multiple powers at once, raising the stakes and increasing the political cost for Beijing. For Russia, the joint patrols serve another purpose, showing that Moscow is still capable of projecting power despite its focus on Europe. Flying with China strengthens the appearance of a united front against Western alliances, even if operationally, Russia relies heavily on Beijing. For the United States, this is about maintaining dominance in the air domain. The B-52s, supported by Japanese F-35s, remind both competitors and partners that the US still controls the highest end of long-range strategic aviation in the region. And by training alongside Japan, Washington reinforces that allies are not bystanders. They are integrated components of US strategy. For Japan, these drills send perhaps the strongest message of all. Tokyo is no longer the passive actor it once was. With its defense budget on track to become the world's third largest, Japan is transforming its self-defense forces into a regional power capable of participating in high-intensity missions. Flying alongside U.S. bombers is part of that evolution. The strategic balance is shifting. The Pacific is moving from maritime competition to aerial signaling, from patrol boats to bombers, from isolated drills to alliance integration. And whenever two nuclear-armed blocks start mirroring each other's moves in the air, the risks rise dramatically. So what comes next? Expect more bomber flights, more scrambles, more near misses, more pressure across the entire East Asian airspace. And expect that every one of these encounters will carry the weight of broader geopolitical rivalry. As the Pacific sky grows crowded, the world will be watching for the moment when signals and deterrence turn into something more dangerous. For now, both sides are posturing. But posturing with bombers is never ordinary. It is one wrong move away from crisis. If you want deeper analysis on US-Japan military cooperation or China-Russia joint operations, let me know what you want covered next. Until then, like and subscribe for more content here on Shadows of Strategy.